Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be creating a doll based on one of the characters from the Doll Factory maze at Knott's Scary Farm. This is the girl. Starting in 2007 and ending in 2011, the Doll Factory maze has you entering the factory of a man obsessed with dolls to the point where he kidnaps people and turns them into dolls. As you walk through the maze, you see his victims, one of which being a porcelain-looking doll who has become sort of a mascot for the maze. I'm unsure if she has an official name other than the girl, but this is the doll that I will be creating in real life. I got inspired to create this after seeing Emma R. Revelis' art of a Doll Factory Barbie doll. So I reached out to her to see if we could do a collab, and she said yes. I will be working on the doll and she'll create the design for the box, which I'll print out and make to put the doll into. I love Emma's work so much, especially her Knott's Scary Farm work, so feel free to check her out on Instagram. I also feel so honored to be working with her on this project. Additionally, I will be taking this doll with me to March Madness, a halfway point gathering of Scary Farm haunt monsters, crew, fans, and family get-togethers for photos, ride takeovers, and talking about Scary Farm. Emma will be there as well, so she can see the doll herself. With that being said, let's get started. I'm going to be using this Barbie as the main base, stealing this Barbie's arm, and using this Mulan's head as I thought she had the perfect lip shape. I started by soaking the blonde Barbie in hot water and removing her straight arm. Then I removed the other Barbie's bent arm and shoved it into the blonde Barbie's arm socket. I also removed her head. Moving on to Mulan, I removed her head, cut off her hair, scraped the plugs on the inside with a screwdriver, and took it out of the head with tweezers. After that, I removed her face paint with some acetone. Now for a little bit, I was actually going to use this Barbie's head since she had the perfect hair color, but before I styled it, I washed and combed her hair. I didn't really know how to create doll-sized dreadlocks, but I saw a tutorial where someone melted the hair into a twist shape. Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend this, but past me did it anyways and ruined a hair straightener in the process. Basically, you take a strand of hair, twist it, and melt it into the shape with an iron. It was messy, hot, and gross feeling. So I was back to Mulan. But first, I painted her scalp brown. Luckily, I found this flat and soft yarn from Michaels and got to rerouting Mulan. Then I sealed it with glue from the inside. I was initially going to keep it as is, but I started twisting each strand and thought it looked a whole lot better. So I twisted all of the strands and hit it with a flat iron to seal everything, and it looked a million times better. Here's a twisted side versus a non-twisted side. Let's hope the rest of the doll doesn't give me this much trouble. After wrapping the hair up, I spray painted her white and got to painting the face. I wanted to heavily stick to Emma's design as I liked it the best, especially the cheeks since the circle cheeks the actors had in the maze felt more clown-like than doll-like. Dolls, especially porcelain ones, tend to have heavy blush on their cheeks. Anyways, I sketched out everything with a gray pencil and filled it in with a black pencil after spraying it with MSC between layers. I was really struggling with the eyelashes since this is the most I've drawn on a doll, as I usually go for a 1 to 2 lash cartoony style. I then added her blue eyeshadow, painted her eyes with acrylic paint, added some blush, and the face-up is done. I didn't add any gloss to keep it more Barbie-like. Then I unmasked the hair. So cute. Now for the outfit. I designed the shirt and skirt pattern on Procreate and Illustrator, and my friend Nee helped me create the corset pattern. Everything was then printed out on print on fabric, which I found on Amazon. First was the skirt, which was a long rectangle gathered to fit the waistband and sewn onto it. When that was done, I ironed on the patch design, which I also drew on my iPad. Next was the shirt, which took me about 2 days to make. Now, I went on to create the shirt as usual, and boom, it was too small. Then I made it again off camera, and even before sewing, I was having trouble with the print-on fabric. After finally getting it to work after hours, it was still too small. The third time was the charm, as I finally got it the correct size. But needless to say, this doll felt like it was against me. As a debrief, I worked on the socks that I cut out of these pastel yellow socks I got from Five Below. After that, I sewed them together, and they were done. Lastly was the most daunting part, the corset. My idea was to also line it, so that's what I did. I cut it out of the lining pieces, sewed them together, then cut it out of the main pieces, and then sewed them together. Next, I sewed the lining to the front piece and turned it inside out. When that was done, I glued on the ribbon to the top and the bottom. Off camera, I added eyes from the hook and eyes and small beads to the front to look like a closure and a snap in the back. And it was done. For the shoes, I took these Barbie shoes, added a ribbon to the center, and then painted them black. Now it's time to put the doll all together. Under the skirt, I added a petticoat that I got from Amazon. After working on her for almost a month, I'm so happy with how she turned out. As a finishing touch, I added a bow made from pastel yellow ribbon. And with that, the doll is finally done. But wait, let's make her a box. I first sent Emma the measurements based on a Barbie movie doll box, which will be the base I will build off of. I printed everything out on satin poster paper and started with the insert, which was also designed by Emma. I just cut it out, then scored the sides with a metal tool and a ruler. Once that was done, I just glued it to the Barbie box insert. Then I marked out where the twist ties were going, and for both the doll and the brush, which I had in my stock box to match the concept art. Once I punched the holes, I just strung the metal ties through and secured the doll in place. Now on to the box part. This took me 3 attempts to get right. And just like the insert, I cut the design out. Then use some clear plastic from packaging to create the window. Lastly, I folded everything together to create a box and glued the side tab. Then I slipped it over the Barbie box and it was finally done. Now before we went to March Madness, we went to Sherry's doll show, which was only 6 minutes away from the farm. There, I met the creator of Monster High, Garrett Sander, who was so clawsome and even signed my Frankie vinyl figure. Then we bumped into Rach Tucker from TuckerTime/Dolls on the Go on Instagram, and her family. They were all so sweet and I love talking about dolls and knots with them. Now for my haul. The doll show is so much fun. We'll definitely be back in July. Now on to the main event, March Madness. It rained a little bit, but we persevered. Once we got there, I showed Emma the doll in person, and she and a lot of the monsters loved it so much. The best way I can describe how I felt were these 2 emojis. Thank you so much to everyone who complimented the doll. Your kind words mean the world to me. I also want to mention I got this Barbie frame from the show and used sticky tack to put the March Madness pin that I got from Mary and the Doll Factory pin on it. Then I placed the photo Emma and I took in it. I can't get over how cute this looks. Anyways, after the group photo, we took over the Calico Mine Ride and sat with our friends Tim and Mary from the Knotts Network and Ed. After that, we roamed the park, but mainly got footage in Ghost Town. We even saw some of the fabric used for the girl's actual skirt. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much to all of our friends and monsters who made March Madness such an amazing day. And thank you for watching! Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!